Good morning, America, and good morning, whomever, wherever you are on this big planet. One more time, thank you so much for your support in my work. Thank you for building up your own cosmic consciousness through my YouTube videos. All right, I'm sure by now you know the sad news. The president and Melania Trump test positive for COVID-19. You know what, my friend? In all the made up news on the planet, I wish this one was fake news, but it is not. And what's the reality and what's caring about this is all the people like Trump and I, we are at very serious risks. And maybe this is one of the reasons why I had an accident and messed up my back and was forced to exit this truck because I was traveling all about the country, stopping everywhere. And so far, I didn't kill myself on the highway, even though that I've seen a lot of tragic ends out there. And also, I escaped death by not catching this virus. So I was lucky. But the point of me making this another video today is if you read my newsletter yesterday or watch my videos, I offered a SOS to the world. And when I prepared all my smart and curious readers for dramatic news, and you can read the keywords, wake up call. So the question is now, there is no dying. There is no denying my endless warnings about you wearing masks in all the majority of my YouTube videoing that I made in the past. So, and like President Trump, I create the same reaction. You can really like me or hate me for my convictions. The only difference between me and Trump is that I know what I'm talking about, and I prove it again to you today. All right, so I post again this SOS to the world for you to check the news and how those very different cosmic winds, which are always used, sudden enough, by the reptilians to create more chaos, translate into the news. All you have to do, and it's very, very simple, you read the quatrain. And if the quatrain is not clear enough because you have a bad English, okay, then use the keywords, because the keywords are definitely very, very obvious. Now, what really, really scares me, and I tell you what, my good friend, if you have never prayed before for your president, you better want to do it now. This is not a joke. If you have been following me for a while now, I constantly repeat myself for the good reasons. And even though that I sound redundant and I tend to upset people that are impatient or don't like repetition, repetition is the must so that you get it. I'm always saying the same phrase, okay? The future is nothing else than the reincarnation of your thought. How many times have you heard me saying that? But the idea behind this phrase is that the depth, the importance, the power of the core of the sentence that you need to register. So I have to repeat again. The future is nothing else than the reincarnation of your thought. And everything you see today, everything you use today, your telephone, the watch, the car you drive, the computer, even the city you live in, once upon a time did not exist. Do you get that? It's pretty simple, okay? Especially if you heard me before. Okay, now, positive, negative, up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang, two eyes, two arms, two legs, two sides of the brain, the reptilians, the draconies. You heard me saying that a million times, and for a good purpose. You do have a physical world. You feel it, you touch it, it hurts you sometimes, especially when you fell out of a truck like it happened to me, okay? This is the hard physical world. But because you do not see the other side of my hand, does not mean it does not exist, my good friends. There is another world, and that world is the spiritual world, where there is a tremendous power generated from that side. I told you before, and do not kill the messengers. Please do not kill the messengers. I don't care about your political views. I don't care about your religious views, my friends. Okay, you like Trump or you hate Trump. You like Clinton, you hate Clinton. You like Obama, you hate. I don't care. I do not care. Please don't harass me with your political or religious belief. Leave me alone. I'm an astrologer. I am not a politician. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. Okay, I hope you get it, please. And you won't harass me. Okay, get my message. Trump stars are responsible for whatever happened to this country. I have given you my reasons a million times. All you have to do is to go back to a few videos and you'll get it, okay? Now, because of his stars, or the tail of the dragon in Sagittarius, he is very unlucky with all the affairs involving religion, the law, higher education, foreigners, foreign affair. But if you're not educated, if you don't have cosmic consciousness, I'm speaking Chinese to you and you're going to go, whoa. Show a bit of intelligence if you have given me the thumb down. And if you do not, well, thanks again, you're smarter than those guys. Understand what I'm trying to say here, okay? Knowing the thought is the future. Trump wanted to build a wall. I am not biased. He wanted to build a wall. It's a fact that the wall is being built. He wanted to put America in a box. That is his stars. Get it? Okay, now, you don't need a wall anymore because that translates with the power of the superconscious in bringing the wish of the most powerful man in the world, heard by millions of people, a reality. You don't need the wall anymore. We have COVID-19. It doesn't matter if it's a conspiracy, if it's the Chinese. Do not use your rational 5 limited human sense. Use a different type of thinking process or your third eye, okay? And in many ways, sudden enough, many of you listening here cannot get to my work. You cannot enter the intuitional domain of my work. Your third eye is shut. It's totally shut. All right, so what I'm trying to say here, I don't blame the president. I blame his stars, if that makes you feel better, okay? All right, if you like Trump, perfect. I like him too. He's a human being. He's like you. He's like me. You certainly do not want to wish him death, okay? We understand that. We don't want no harm to nobody. That's totally against the law. That's reptilious. But what I'm getting at that is so critical, my good friend, is millions of people of America. Remember, Gemini splits everything. Gemini is chaos. Gemini is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right in the middle is a number 1 in the middle of the 5 that runs all over the place and create all this chaos. That stimulate radio, stimulate television, stimulate journalism, stimulate anything to do with communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. Get it? So that's why there is such chaos, such a conflict. And at the end, it's split because it's a dual sign. I told you a million times before. Trump cannot say a sentence without repeating himself at least 3 or 4 times. It's a fact. You see it in action. Don't deny it. Okay. Trump cannot have 1 hotel, 1 golf course, or 1 tweet. Is a dual. It's a Gemini thing. Put it this way. Okay. All right. I'm teaching you right now. It's free. So at least understand it and make a good use of it. Okay. So what am I really, really concerned with, my friend, is that a lot of people hate our president. They really do. And there are some of them that are so infected, okay, that would do anything and wish him anything that can hurt him or kill him. And that's one of the reasons why your president got coronavirus. The thought of things. There is a lot of people all over the world who sees our president like our enemy. We got to get rid of this guy. because they don't vibrate like him. Their UCI or unique celestial identity is so different. They are very liberals, okay? They want freedom of this, freedom of that. The totally opposite of what Trump stands for. And these people, their voice is supposed to be their vote. But a lot of people, before voting, they think, oh my gosh, because of their fear induced by the reptilians, what's going to happen here? We're going to have a problem. My gosh, our enemies are going to ally together and they're going to destroy America. God knows what uncontrolled imagination led by deep fear and deep conviction is motivating these people to send negative thought to the president. And thought are things. They do travel in time and space like a laser beam. That's why even your own self, if you're constantly being negative stimulated by the reptilians, you're going to affect the atomic structure of your body. And that's going to open up to all sorts of infectious organisms, including COVID-19. This is why I told you from the get-go, do not fear the virus. Take your precautions. Wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hand, do whatever you have to do. Don't start a war with other people because you think that President Trump is right. You don't need masks. Look what happened. Look what happened. Is that real enough for you? Is that fake news to have your president catching COVID-19? It's real. It's very real. It's very dangerous. So start to back away now from ignorance, from fear, from stupidity, from feeding the reptilians with negativity, by giving me thumb down because you don't get what I'm saying. Okay, and then be smart. Upgrade your vibration. Start to send good thought to the president, healing thought to your president. This is serious because you know what? My SOS to the world, deadly window, don't lie. Only yesterday, I prepared you. And while I was writing this article yesterday, the president was already, and his wife were already infected by the reptilians. That is the thought of a lot of people, millions of people who either love or hate our president. Obviously, he was on national red TV a couple of days ago, okay? And millions and tons of thought came to him after his deplorable racist comments or whatever. Wherever you stand, I don't care. I just said the truth, like it or not, deal with it, okay? So that stimulates a lot of people to say negative thoughts to this president. People who are afraid of Antifa, people who are afraid of white supremacism, people who are already infected and completely and entirely oblivious of the reptilians' effect. All these people are generating thought endlessly, which translates into our future. I'm telling you, my friend, if you have never prayed before, do it now, because that window just started and it's going to be on for the next 3 or 4 days. So the dramatic news, like I said yesterday, be ready for dramatic news. Be ready for people killing people, the cops being killed, the cops killing people, secret to come to light, Russia, anything to do with the underworld, sex, murder. Jesus, did you read my newsletter yesterday? Did you see some of this example that I put there for you? Well, I did it again today. Okay, so the sample that I picked up today are Breonna Taylor grand jury audio recording released to the public today. That's the police. That's secret to light. If you don't understand my quatrain because you're not smart enough, at least you have the keywords. If I have to be nasty so that you get my message, I will, because you cannot be sensitive. You cannot be an idiot and delegate with the undiluted, vexing truth. If I upset you, if you don't like me, if you find me an egocentric, too strong, too rough, then go and watch the Kardashian. You have no business watching my YouTube videos. If you're tough, if you're strong, if you can handle the truth, then you stay, then you grow, then you learn, because I ain't going to tell you what you want to hear because you want to hear it. You know, We are on earth. We are on hell. You're going to learn only the hard way, with pain, with suffering. If you make a mistake like I did a few days ago on my negative cosmic biorhythm and hurt my back, well, this is how I learned. Next time I ain't going to get out of the truck holding the freaking trash in my left hand. Okay? That's just what it is. But at the same time, there is always a blessing in disguise behind any accident. I was taken out of that job because I was maybe talking to too many people and I could risk dying. And a lot of you, good thought, don't want me to die. They want me to be here. They don't want me to contract COVID-19 or end up dead on the side of the highway. So even your own thought, good or bad, have led me to suffer this experience. So I'm just trying to explain it to you that you are much more than a human being. Is not just born of flesh, blood, and nerves, my friend. You're a human being. You have so much power, but you haven't been educated on this power, and you're living like, you know what, with tunnel vision. You watch your TV, you hear those conspiracy theories. You don't understand the power that you have in you and the power to create your reality. So please pay attention. I'm really, really working for you here. And it's free. It's much more than what all my enemies and all those idiots who hate me for giving me the thumb down or 1 stars could ever do. See the facts of what I represent into your life, what I do for you every day. And by looking at the feedback of all my supporters, well, thank you, I think I'm doing a good job, okay? But I don't have to convince you, okay? You're smart enough. You don't need to be convinced to give me the thumb up. I'm trying to reach those who are not advanced enough spiritually to catch my cosmic domain. What else do we have? Chrissy Teigen breaks a long-lasting culture of silence by sharing her loss. Again, death news, dramatic news. And then the best one, meet the diverse astronaut flying SpaceX next mission. And you know how I feel about that if you watch my previous videos. Jesus, millions, trillions of dollars. And what did we do? What is our big success? Tell you what, 200 miles, Earth to the moon or the space station. Yeah, now you believe those idiots one day are going to go to Mars. And we're going to start a new life for Mars because, as this idiot mentioned yesterday, Elon Musk, whatever, the sun one day will be in the Earth. Oh my God, can't you see? You will have to pay me billions to be that stupid to believe one day we human beings are going to go on Mars. We're already there with technology. Yes, the draconists are stimulating the mind of all our fantastic scientists to build up those robots so we can go there. But to send a few men on the station, realize what it is. Elon Musk wants to develop the technology which becomes safe enough, okay, to sign his privilege, select rich people, not you or me, all those rich suckers out there to give a good look to Mother Earth from the space station. That's all there is. It's business, it's money, it's peseta. And you know what? I would be very careful because these people are educated idiots. However, they do not know the SOS nasty, deadly window going on. It's just a matter of time for them to launch that dragon, okay, during one of my negative cosmic biorhythm. And the exact same thing that took place with NASA losing 7 astronauts, regardless of the entire day I worked my ass off during those days trying to reach NASA, begging them not to send the shuttle. I said, you're going to kill everyone. And of course, it did happen. The only person I landed on was a little secretary saying, you know what, Dr. Cherry, there's nothing I can do. I cannot even reach these people. I'm just here doing the paperwork, doing the meeting. They won't hear you. And even if I was able to talk, they probably would laugh at you. Result is a few hours later, bam, you see this big boom, sudden release of energy, explosion. That was during one of these shocking windows. And there you go. 7 people died. The amount of stupidity in this world is absolutely incredible. As you know, okay, I give you this window right now, and all my window always induce earthquakes. You know it by now if you're following me. It's mathematics. It's repetitive. It's real. Okay, I told you, each time there is a window, there will be earthquake at or 6.0. Okay, there you go. We had the 6.4 in Epei in Tonga, a 6.0 in New Guinea, and most of all, we had hundreds upon hundreds of earthquakes swarming in Southern California yesterday or the day before. Now, people are wondering, is that kind of a warning for the major quake we are all expecting? I'm telling you, my friend, this large earthquakes in California, exodus will take place, but it ain't going to be just because of fire. It's going to be because of the earthquakes. And it's going to happen during one of my windows. Well, by the time they're telling you, oh, you know, we have spent millions and billions of dollars, we have the technology, you got that little needle, it's too late, the freaking roof is going on your head. Come on. But I can give you earthquakes for as long as I can live. I can give you all these dates. It's mathematics. It's a science. Astrology is not a religion. You don't believe in it. It's not something you say, amen. No, you've got to study. You've got to take the time to understand the cosmic code, the dynamic of the universe, and how God speaks to Earth through the signs. And again, I repeat myself, the main reason to why we have so much chaos, it is because the ultimate divine laws were cast aside by those who think they are better than God. We're talking about the scientists and the atheists, or religious fanatics who are just following dogma. The age of Aquarius is coming in. It's time to grow up and let go of archaic material, all stupidity, and all people who are in their own box and think science is the new God. You got to bypass all that. Another thing, my window here is all about death and drama. Okay, talking about famous death. I'm sure you heard of Soho quote stars Archie Lyndhurst. It was 19 years old. He died. 19 years old. What a shame. Okay, how did he die? Would it be COVID-19? Definitely not the right time to mention anything about COVID-19 and scare the hell out of you, knowing your president and his wife got a disease. Okay, could it be drugs and alcohol? So, but I bet it is. I know it is. But I do not use my physical sense to give you a diagnostic or a prognostic. I use the cosmic code that allows me to see things as they really are. This is a kid, okay? A kid. And the lifestyle of rich and famous is the worst thing that can happen to anybody. And when I was myself in England, you know, busting my head for 10 years learning to play piano and finally getting my first recording deal with Philips Phonogram in Paris and having my first record released. During those days, we didn't have CDs, okay? And then coming in the United States and talking to the top of the top executive of a record company in one of these huge buildings in Los Angeles, and the guy says, "Oh my God, we're going to bring all you musicians from LA, from in London, and we're going to record you, Louis." He just down on me and says, "Am I doing the right thing?" My intuition was saying to me, no, don't do it, Louis, don't do it. I am sure if my musicians in London are watching these videos, they probably will come here and kill me. Why should I help them? I worked 3 jobs in a restaurant until 2 o'clock in the morning. Then from there, I worked at St. Mary's Hospital as a trainee nurse, and then doing the switchboard operation, and then the mortuary. All this to make more money, to pay those suckers. None of them has ever given me $1 to pay for the studio, to pay for the recording, to pay for the traveling, to pay for the hotel, to pay for the instruments, to pay for the engineer doing the all the mixing. None of them. I was working my ass off. So I thought, why should I give them another opportunity to fly for free like they did from London to Paris when my first record was released? I thought it was not right for me to help people who have never helped me. But my intuition was saying to me it was the wrong thing for me to do. Maybe one day I play this tape for you, okay? Can easily play there. You listen to me playing piano and singing during the old days. It was pretty good. I sold 40,000 copies of my first record. Long story. So what I'm trying to tell you, my friend, remember, anytime there is a window like this, I warn you, okay? And in fact, under the quatrain and the keywords, you have the do's and don'ts, whatever you're supposed to do and not do during those windows, okay? I always tell you, whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever happened to you during this window, we stay with you for the rest of your life. That is if you're lucky and you don't die. You hear me? All right, and this is serious. So one more time, if you are a Trump supporter and you have never, ever supported my work or never, ever share my work, my videos or my newsletters, it's time for you to do so and start to pray and go against the negative thoughts of millions of people who their magical, negative, dark thought led by the reptilians are being giving this disease to our president and are trying to kill our president. This is how it is. Can you handle the truth now? Now you know it. So I want to do something like I always do. I have to do a reading after this video. No making it up. This is Dr. Churi at work. We're going to pick up a card in relationship to this matter. See? There you go. We're going to pick up this one. That's the one that comes. What is it? The guardian angel. All right. This is hopes. This is the spirits in full action. The wings represent the elevation into the draconis, your positive thoughts that are going to be carried all around the world by the magical, benevolent forces, or the angelic force, or the draconis. Okay? Hopes, 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 hope for that uplifting, spiritual, protective, angelic energy to reach our president. This is the card that was picked, that was chosen by Draco for me to show you and how you can help your president if you are a supporter of Trump. One more time, and you never have helped me before. Do it now. Help your president. God bless of you, my good friend. We shall see you again sometimes. Bye-bye.